Grocery prices are skyrocketing yet again. I don't know what we're going to do, guys. Prepare for the worst. It looks like we are in another transition here of higher grocery prices. I don't know what to even say. We're getting a lot of comments lately from some of our older videos, different prices that have gone up on certain things. Tell you what I've gone through over the last couple days. First, let's do this little introduction. Welcome back to the channel. Today, it's going to be a long coffee rant, guys. We have a lot to talk about. Some things that I've been seeing over the last couple days. Absolutely insane. So at Meijer the other day, I saw a lot of price increases. Didn't really talk about it as I probably should have. I was trying to focus on just the deals. Okay, I've been trying to focus on a lot of just the sales lately, and I should have learned my lesson from years ago where you see sales pop up, really good ones, 99-cent sales. We're seeing some pretty heavy price increases on other things that aren't on sale. Different things like dressings, meat, chicken, all these other things seem to be going up in price. Some of the highest sale prices we've ever seen in my life, probably yours too. So I went to Sam's Club today. I got a few comments from some viewers that said the prices were going up at Sam's Club. Sure enough, they have. Not just price increases either. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if your Sam's Club kind of looks like ours. Very low on different breads, like in-house made breads. They were very low. I didn't go over a lot of this in tomorrow's video, but gotta say, I was just kind of... sticker shock, guys. Sticker shock. Even all these years of covering these prices and everything, I still get sticker shock. Can't believe it. All these different things that went up in Sam's Club, I was like, it was frustrating. It really was, because you guys know that I always hate to deliver the bad news, but these are things we have to know that hopefully save you some money maybe your next time going to Sam's Club. I mean, from the meat to snacks to this and that, it was almost like everything I was looking at had gone up in price. Now, there were a couple little things where they dropped like a dime, but what does that matter when prices over the last year have gone up 50 cents, $1, some $2, some items even double over the last couple years. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm sure over the last couple weeks I've been focusing on Kroger and their super sales. Now, I gotta say, it's always good, as we say on the channel, to stock up on the sales as we see them. But at the same time, we have to know that in the background, like in most things, prices are going up on other things. As we've seen some prices come down on some things, they go up in others. And then when they do come down, they just go right back up a couple weeks later. So why we do what we do, so that we can keep you in the know of everything going on with different food prices, grocery options, and other things. Now, as we go along, we're going to be checking out some other things as well, like clothing, different appliances, things like this. Ways that we can save on some of these items. I have noticed that there have been some pretty decent size, big increases on a lot of different appliances and stuff like that. Now, there are ways to save at some other places, but these are really where you kind of have to dig deep on some of these different items. If a store knows that Amazon's going to sell it way cheaper, then they're going to try and compete with that price. However, you start looking at different food prices and stuff like that you can order online, you're not really saving. As a matter of fact, you're probably spending more ordering online than you ever have, or in the stores just in general. But I gotta say, guys, Sam's Club was a little bit of a disappointment today. For a place that you pay for a membership, I don't know. We see these things happen in rounds. Like, I noticed some of this at Costco when I went to Costco a couple weeks ago. Didn't really talk about it, as we were just trying to focus on the deals. Now let's talk more about the empty shelf situation. Sam's Club was very low on a lot of things. And these are things that we've been talking about that we know we're going to be in short supply. Cooking oils. Sam's Club was very low on cooking oil today. I also noticed that they moved the sugar area over because it looked like they didn't have a spot to put a lot of different things. So they took oversupply that they had on some things and moved it to another aisle. I've seen this happen at Sam's Club, but it's very rare. Very rare, unless they're getting in different new products. But usually when they get in a new product that is like the same of another product, like take peas, for example. Okay, for whatever reason, Sam's Club or Costco I don't know if Costco's getting them back in, but Del Monte peas, for whatever reason, they're not selling them anymore. They're selling the shear peas, which are pretty good, but I mean, it's, you know, it's a lot more expensive. But I noticed a lot of this with Sam's Club today. A lot of different deli meats have been condensed in aisles. And again, let me know down in the comments if you're seeing some of the same things at your Sam's Club. A lot of the different things that would be in like different refrigerator aisles are low or out in spots. Let's talk about the fruit though. The fruit was very low, scary low. And the prices for Sam's Club really just aren't that great. Now, some of the stuff, you know, some of the organic options and stuff are good, but for the more conventional fruits and things, very high prices. Very high prices. I was shocked at some of these, and I'm not going to spoil the whole video here for you. It's about 30 minutes long, but a lot of the snacky, I feel like all the different snack options went up in price. Some of them are still the same, but we saw things like some crackers and stuff that went up, like things that we would always go to at Sam's to really get a good deal. Still a good deal, but they went up as well. They went up as well, and you better believe we start seeing these things go up at Sam's Club. We see them go up at Walmart. We see them go up at Aldi. It's not going to be long before more of these brands go, more of these more expensive brands go up in some other stores, like name brands, okay? We've already seen kind of a surge in store brand prices over the last couple months with Walmart, Kroger, Aldi, you know. And as to where those haven't gone up yet, don't wait around. Don't wait around. You know, we're already waiting too long on some of these items. Make sure you're stocking up on the sales as you see them, because we are expecting surges in a lot of different grocery stores because we're seeing big box stores raise their prices. I was kind of shocked at some of the different meat prices at Sam's Club that had gone up. And another thing too, I'm not saying this is trickery, okay? I know we've always talked about trickery in the different stores and everything. I do feel like it is a little bit, okay? So at Sam's today, I noticed that a lot of the huge signs that they have for different products and stuff are gone. They took them all down. Now, but they're leaving up ones that are still like a good regular price deal. Like they have the big sign up for their choice ribeyes, probably a big seller at Sam's Club, $13.48 a pound, okay? And some of the other ones, they did have one other one, like with some of the different pork prices that had gone up in price. But I noticed like a lot of the chicken, a lot of these other things, they're doing this like priced as marked thing without even talking about it. They want you to look at the individual sale, and you will be surprised, maybe shocked like I was at some of these prices that have gone up. I'm not saying that they don't want you to look at the big sticker right away, right? For things that have gone up, so it's a big sign, it's big to the eye, you're going to see like, oh, well, that's a huge price increase. Forget it. You're not even going to look at it. But if you grab it, you look at it, and you're like, oh, boy, that did go up, but I need it anyway. Maybe that's just the way I think, but they're doing a lot more of that, and it's a lot more noticeable now. And a lot, like I said before, a lot of the things that are missing at our Sam's Club was pretty shocking. And I don't go over it as much in the video, but I'm just telling you now because I'm a little aggravated about it. But at the same time, I don't think it's something that's going to last too long. But when I see them move sections like the sugar, right? That used to always, you had the sugar, the flour, everything. I mean, that took up one aisle. Now you're splitting that in between aisles. That's kind of scary looking. I mean, I'm because you can tell what is missing. Maybe not. Maybe you can't. Maybe some people can't. That's just what I do. I do this, you know, for a living. So I notice these things right away. I'm like, they literally took out an entire section to put sugar where they're not getting a lot of cooking oil. Oh, yeah, and sugar prices went up at Sam's as well. Again, that is all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to spoil my whole video here. And it's interesting as we go along, some of the differences that we see from this time last year, right before Memorial Day. I mean, there were a lot of things that were much better priced right before Memorial Day than they are this year. But we could say the same for different items at some of our main grocery stores. Like, that's why I've really been pushing, showing the different sales at Kroger and Meijer and maybe not sales at Walmart, but I mean, at least some of those prices of things that people are probably going to want to get before Memorial Day, at least a lot of people, different grilling options, stuff like that. But here we go. And this is the first week of May here. Okay, the first week of May. And we're noticing that a lot of this is coming out now, right? Kind of the idea I had why I wanted to push these different sales out to everybody so that you would start stocking up on these things now, because I think we're about to see some big price increases on a lot of different items. Now, I will be going to Kroger tomorrow morning. We're going to check out a lot of different items that we normally don't check out. So if you have anything you would like for me to check out in the store, make sure you leave that down below. I try to get to what I can as I go. There is kind of a certain way I do things, and when I come across them, I point them out. But if there's anything you're noticing that is not coming in your stores, doesn't matter what it is or what store it is, I will still try to point it out. That way it maybe secures you for an online option, possibly, right? I mean, there's no way of really knowing until we actually look it up. And pay attention to some of these different flavors of things that you've liked in the past also. One thing that my mom, and I've been looking in every store I can, has been the Subtly Sweet Peach Tea by Gold Leaf, or Pure Leaf, by Pure Leaf. I guess they don't make it anymore. We were looking on Amazon, and everywhere on Amazon says out of stock, out of stock. It's like they just don't make it anymore. We've been getting comments of a lot of different flavors and brands, different brands not having some of the different flavors or options that you like. We've seen a lot of this happen in the past where it may not be worth a company, or maybe they can't get the ingredients, right? This was an issue we were dealing with a couple years ago that we're still dealing with today. Now, if you remember, I went to Kroger about, I can't remember if it was last week's video or the week before, but the last couple weeks I've been to Kroger, I've noticed a lot of their different bakery and different breads. And I mean, they still have some, but it's not the massiveness that they've had in the past, right? It's just not. It's just not. When it's gone for the day, it's gone. I was at Sam's Club very early today, and I'll tell you what, guys, a lot of empty spots, a lot of gaping holes in a lot of things. Coffee is going to be on the rise. We're seeing like bigger name brand coffees that are having some good sales right now. However, the sales in most stores are higher than they've ever been. Now, there is a good sale going on with Folgers at Sam's Club. They got the 43.5 ounce classic roast for $9.98. I'm just giving that one away so that if you're watching this tonight, you're going to Sam's Club, make sure you check that deal out because it's pretty good. It's the best we've seen in a while, yet we're seeing other coffees getting very expensive. Some of our cheaper coffees, like what used to be cheaper, 8 o'clock coffee, Seattle's Best. These coffees that have traditionally been pretty cheap, Tim Hortons. A lot of these coffees are getting very expensive. Well, I don't think it's going to be long before the more expensive brands, or the more like Starbucks, Dunkin', I think these are going to be the next ones. I think they're going to be going up too. So take that for what you will. I just see trends in the stores as we go along. Snacky type options, chips, all this stuff has really gone up at Sam's Club over the last year. And everything has. It's just, I noticed when we start seeing, there's 3 places that I kind of measure out different price increases in stores, and when I know they're coming to Kroger or some of our other supermarkets, is when I see prices go up at Aldi, I see them go up at Walmart, I see them go up at Sam's Club, or I see them go up at Costco. I said 3, but any one of those 4 places, any one of those 4 stores that I shop at, when I start noticing a lot of price increases, you better get ready because they're going to be coming to your store as well. That's why we started kind of leaning toward the saying over a year ago, talking about buying up the sales as we come across them, because we saw another surge in this basically right after Memorial Day last year, right about the same time. Now, it was a little funny with Christmas this time of year compared to what it was last year. We saw a heavy influx of prices at the beginning of December, like right before Christmas, and then boom, right before Christmas, like a lot of stuff went on sale. This past year, it didn't. A lot of stuff didn't go on sale. I mean, it never did. And I'm kind of expecting that we're not going to see as many good deals as we've seen in the past for Memorial Day weekend. I know I've been saying that as we go along to, maybe hold off till Memorial Day week. We'll see what kind of deals. I'm sure there'll be some deals on like pop. There'll be some deals on chips. That stuff, but who knows? Who knows? We don't know these days. We just saw an amazing deal on chips. That's why I was pointing that out. This was like a couple weeks ago. I was saying, like, look, you can get these bags of chips right now. You get 4 bags of chips, all kinds of mix and match between Doritos and other brands. They were $2.29, which was still a higher sale price than what we saw the last time when they were $1.99, but still $2.29 when you buy 4 or more. Who knows when we'll see that sale again? We don't know if we will see it for Memorial Day weekend. We might, but we shouldn't hesitate on these things. But as far as a lot of canned goods go, we're having all kinds of issues with canned goods. There's no rhyme or reason, right? Stuff goes away, stuff comes back. But because there's been shortages on like canned tomatoes, we keep getting comments on canned tomatoes being in short, low, or out, and then when they're not, no sale prices at all. Yes, that's kind of how it's been around here. We haven't seen any sale price. I did see a sale price on Rotel, and then there was one on Red Gold, but that didn't last long. Hunt's is $1.50. Rotel is $1.50 when it's not on sale. We've seen these things go up at Walmart too. Still a little cheaper at $1.36 though. $1.36 still cheap. I mean, it might be going up at Walmart as we speak. I mean, things go up so fast, we really can't keep track. Candy is starting to go up around the country as well. We've gotten flooded with comments on different candy products that have gone up, and not just the expensive ones, which they're getting expensive, but the like different Reese's, different Hershey bars, different Mars, so it's another thing. Just putting these things out here that if you find a sale, and I know everybody loves their chocolate, loves their candies. Ice cream has been a bit of an issue. That's kind of a new one. But we've seen issues with some ice creams around here as well. It's been a while, but it's kind of strange. It's strange, but these things come and go. Again, I think there's a lot to it. I think there's transportation issues. I think there's ingredients issues. And what happens? We see stuff go away. What is the number one thing that usually happens? 2 things. It's one or the other. Either it has shrunk in size or the price has gone up. And what I would like for some of these companies to do is kind of explain, like say why you had to do it. Just be honest with people, like, well, we're competing. I mean, no matter what you say, I guess you can't win either way. You're not going to please all your audience no matter what you do. But it's like we had to shrink the size or raise the price. Let the people decide, right? Say, well, we have to do one or the other. Let's do a vote. Do like a poll, I mean, I don't know how you get that out to everybody, but let's take Nutri-Grain bars. Or not Nutri-Grain, Nature Valley. Everybody knows I love my oats and honey Nature Valley bars. Now, I've put my limit on price of what I'm going to pay for those because they've shrunk in size. Not only did they shrink in size, though, it kind of had the double whammy. Those have been going up in price forever, like now $4.49 in most stores for your normal 12-pack bars. Six pack, but you get 2 in each one. Now, they've gone from like that size to that size. Almost half gone, right? And we could say that for a lot of different things. Oh, well, toilet paper is still the same prices. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten comments in old videos. Well, the price is still the same on toilet paper. Look at how much square footage is in there. Look at the inch that Cottonelle has taken off. I mean, it's like that on a roller. Like you got that much on a roller left. I mean, they have really cut the size down on toilet paper and a lot of other things. If you go into Dollar Tree, and you watch a video that we did like a few years ago or something, look at the way things look at the aisles. Okay, look at like the different boxes, all the different things, and then look at what it looks like today. Things that are like in a little teeny tiny box. I understand Dollar Tree, or companies, in order for them to sell it for that price to make any profit at all, probably had to cut a lot of that stuff. I get it. But for some of these companies that are doing business everywhere, like a lot of different name brand products, I just feel like, okay, like if you would have charged $2.99, but see, that's not, maybe Nature Valley was a bad example because they're ones that shrunk the product, kept it the same price for a while, fooling everybody by having the same size box, right? The box didn't shrink, the product did inside the box. And then making it to where, and now you just raise the price anyway. So it's like, here we are a year or two later, and not only did you shrink the product, but you've doubled the price, right? So I don't know, maybe that's a bad example, but my point is, the whole purpose of this video is to make sure that you are preparing for the future. Prepare for the worst, guys, because, you know, pray for the best, prepare for the worst. You know, that's what I always say. Excuse me. But the reason why we do is because of these kind of situations. Whenever I go into a store and I am just riddled with different things that have gone up in price, it's like it's important information that we have to get out to everybody, because there are a lot of people that are struggling right now. A lot. There are a lot. I get emails, I get a lot of comments from people who can barely afford food, who can barely afford to put food on the table. This is becoming a more serious situation than I think we would have ever thought it would have been. I mean, food years ago, before the whole, pandemic and all that stuff was a problem. Now, it's become its own kind of like huge problem. Huge problem. I don't want to say any bad words, but I mean, it really has become a major issue where more and more people are struggling to feed their families. And the more these places kind of disappear, like we see Dollar Tree, it's closing, over 1,000 Family Dollars and a few Dollar Trees mixed in there. And we're seeing all these super tight, get me through to my next check budget type deals with food. I mean, it's just getting harder and harder. I mean, pantries, food banks are suffering. Not as many people are donating because not as many people can afford to donate. It's a real trouble, and, it's like we keep hearing, prices are going to come down, prices are going to stabilize. I've been saying this for well over a year when, it's like I was optimistic like everybody else. I was like, well, hopefully it comes down here at some point or just levels off. Now, to be fair, over the last year or so, we've seen some things kind of level off, but just months later to see them go up again. Like some of these companies, I mean, they're making money hand over fist. Don't let them lie to you. I mean, they are. They're making an absolute fortune. That is where greed of some of these companies come in. However, there are a lot of other things at play with other things that are happening again, going into transportation, gas prices. Now, gas has actually come down 20 cents in the last week here. So hopefully that keeps going in the right direction. Diesel prices have stayed the same. Knock on wood, that stays the same. Because if diesel prices start going up, we will see prices go up even higher. And a lot of these things, I feel, are going to be on items that we don't expect. When we don't see food going up for a while, what's going up in the background? Toothpaste, soap. A lot of people have been complaining that shampoo has been getting overly expensive. Your favorite shampoos have been getting ridiculously overpriced. I know Jessica, who orders our shampoo online, it went up online, right? She gets like the big package of them because you save, but that has even gone up a couple dollars. And then you look in the store and it's like, well, that's still a good deal because we're going to pay an extra $10 if we buy it in the store. I don't know, guys. As we go along, we're going to be looking at some other things. I may be checking out Amazon and different products to look and see some of the things that you guys have been asking about. Maybe we can find cheaper in other ways. Maybe just kind of look around with you guys. Maybe we'll just do it together, and see what kind of deals we can come up with. However we can come up with them. Because I don't know. It was eye-opening yet again, at Sam's Club today. With, I don't even know how many price increases. The video was very long. I had to condense it down. I try to keep my videos 30 minutes or less, but I tried to put every little point in there of what's going on, what I think's going on, and probably what most of you are thinking of what's going to happen too. Because every time we see Sam's Club prices go up, or any of these big box stores, and like I said, maybe Walmart, Aldi, we're going to start seeing it everywhere. Everywhere. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to really keep up on all this stuff while we have all these different recalls going on as well. Because, we're trying to stock up for the future, not just as far as getting a deal, but making sure we have it. I continue to get comments on over-the-counter medicines not showing up in some stores all around the country. I mean, we get comments from a lot of people. I can't find Tylenol. I can't find acetaminophen. And even pharmacy, I can't get my blood pressure medicine. I can't get my diabetic medicine. Or I'm getting half, and then they're promising me the other half right at the date that I'm going to run out. A lot of things need to get fixed, guys. A lot of things need to get fixed. We have to keep moving forward. We got to make sure that we're talking about these things. Feel free to share our video across your social media or with your family and friends. Let them know what's going on. Make sure they know, especially if you shop at Sam's Club, any of these stores that we check out. Make sure you're paying attention to everything that we go over, because we're trying to do our best to make sure that we're bringing this information to you guys so that you know ahead of time. You know ahead of time, like, okay, I'm going to the store. Oh, peanut butter just went up $1. Can you believe how expensive peanut butter has gotten? And now we're hearing like peanut butter shortages because peanut crops have been flooded or destroyed, because of weather. Peanut butter's already stupid expensive. I mean, people are going to quit eating it. It used to be that was the cheapest meal. That was the meal to get by. You got your loaf of bread for $1 from Kroger. Oh, wait, nope, that doubled. $1.99 now. Or you got your, even Kroger peanut butter. Kroger peanut butter for 16 ounce. What is it now? $2.29, I think, unless it went up again. I don't know. I really haven't gone over peanut butter. May have to check that out. But like a 28 ounce jar is like $5. I know. Jif, what is it, Jif? It's the 40 ounces is like $8 now, $7.49 or something. I don't know. And let's not even get jelly and jams are about to start skyrocketing. Everybody's been talking about that around the country, how the jam and a lot of different grape jellies and stuff like that's been disappearing, not coming in. You mark my words. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back at a higher price. Coming back at a higher price. I've been noticing a lot less too. I notice more and more, I notice a lot at Meijer, but I don't know if they really sell a lot though. I don't know. Meijer really just, their prices are getting so high on so many different things of everyday items that people buy, that the extra things that they have kind of scattered throughout, that they may be about the same price, maybe sometimes like 10 cents lower. But I'm finding it harder and harder to to think that I can just go to Meijer and do my entire weekly shopping or monthly shopping at Meijer. Because when you do that, you're going to spend a fortune, right? I can't shop at just Meijer. Right now, I'm fortunate to where I do this every day. I'm in stores all the time, so I can always buy the different sales and deals and stuff like that. But I try to think like everybody else who is saying, okay, I'm going to go do my. I don't ever see anybody with a full cart at Meijer. Okay, let's just say that. It's rare I see that at Kroger anymore either, but I don't even see people with half carts at Meijer. Now, Sam's Club, I'll see people with full carts all the time, mostly because they're full of their awesome toilet paper and paper towels. I must have saw 20 carts today that had paper towels and toilet paper. You don't have to be very good at math to know that that is a great deal. And it's great quality. If you've used it before, then you know. It's like, maybe not, okay, so their paper towels may not be as great as Bounty, but when you're paying like a third of the price or even, like half price, it's still pretty good. I mean, it's close. It's close to that quality. And their toilet paper is fantastic and a great deal. I mean, even at $22.98, their toilet paper is still a good deal. I did go back to see if those prices went up. They have not yet, because we've been hearing that a lot of paper products are going to be going up as well. We're about to get flooded, guys. We're about to get flooded with more price increases on food, I know, and probably paper products as well. This time last year, paper products started skyrocketing in price. Okay, this time like in April. Okay, so like a month before. So, yeah, about a year. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know much about paper products when it comes to where do we know when the prices are going to go up. We really don't on those, but I do kind of get a good idea when food is. And I don't know. And the reason why I say that about paper products is because we usually, some places have much better deals on like toilet paper and paper towels and stuff like that. They vary, there's places where you want to shop for Charmin. There's places where you don't want to shop for Charmin. So, like Walmart and Target, they're going to have better deals on Charmin all day long. Is where if you go to Kroger, well, it could be on sale, but you're going to spend a fortune if it's not, because Kroger's ridiculous on some of those prices. But we will be going over those things. Guys, thank you for letting me rant with you tonight. It's crazy times, and it's just going to get crazier. So we got to make sure that we are keeping our head on a swivel. Make sure you are, like I always say, buying up the sales as you see them. Just, this is a time where we just need to pay attention. We need to pay attention what's going on, and we will try to bring all that information to you as we go along, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.